How does the director use color in the scene? When it comes to the bedroom, the director uses the color in the bedroom to show that the girl's world is bleak and sad. At least that's what I got. When it comes to the dining hall, I felt like the reds and brighter colors in the fantasy room showed that there was a little bit of life. But with there being shades, I felt like, yeah, there was life, but it was kind of ominous. Like it was a fantasy realm or world, but it wasn't exactly peaceful. There was danger.
No comáis ni bebáis nada durante vuestra estancia y aseguraos de volver antes de que caiga el último grano de arena.
What type of color schemes are present in this scene? I had trouble figuring out if the room scene was monochromatic or analogous. I wasn't sure if the colors in the scene were considered shades of blue or neighboring colors, because shades and neighboring colors look the same to me. I have trouble seeing a difference. I might be more apt to lean towards monochromatic due to the brown book in the scene. Under the definition in the lecture for monochromatic, it said the shades of one color help audiences focus on the details of the image, and the brown book seems to stand out a bit in contrast to the blues and dark blues. Now, as she's walking through the hall in the fantasy world, it seemed like it was contrasting green and red, so that struck me as complementary. The scene in the dining area seemed to be complementary mixed with analogous. They used green, red, yellow, and orange. Her jacket was green, so I think that was complementary to the red. But I saw the red, orange, yellow as analogous because they were different colors around it. What do the different colors mean? I think the blues in her room mean she lives in a depressing world. There were a lot of darks used in a room. I took this to mean that it was kind of just very cold and it was very dark, just kind of a depressing world. The fantasy room was there was a lot more brighter colors, and it was reds, oranges, and yellows, and whites. But there were also darks in there. So I saw this as like uh, it was a fantasy world where there was a bit more life to it, but at the same time, I think the her depressing world, her dark world, kind of caused her fantasy world, even though it was lively, to be negatively affected because of some of the dark shades and colors and stuff.
Es esta.
How do the colors communicate emotion? I thought the blues communicated sadness to me because they seem to be used as really dark, and in darkness you feel alone. The reds I felt communicated danger, partly because there's a monster at the head of the table. Plus, the girl was warned not to eat anything. So it was almost as if the food and whatnot, it was just kind of a dangerous place, is what I kind of took that as, where just the walls and everything was kind of red everywhere. And red, a lot of times, is used to signify when something is dangerous, when something that maybe you should stop doing, going past where you're going. I took the color red to mean to communicate danger. State an example of an intentional lighting decision that you found intriguing. I found the pictures of the pale man slaughtering children. I mean, I didn't find that interesting, but I found the color scheme. It got darker as she looked at each of the three pictures, and I thought that was interesting. I'm not entirely sure what exactly it meant. Maybe um, it could be the director saying that this is a dark place, I guess, or the character, the pale man, is not a good person, or it's not a good creature, or it's a very dark creature that you don't want to mess with.